What's up, you guys? It's Jono! Welcome to another episode of my Pokemon Legends Arceus request series. Today we're on request number 36, Watering with Care. You can find this request on Professor Laventon's blackboard. There's only two unlock conditions for this. First of all, you need to have Sudowoodo in your Pokedex, and you also need to have unlocked Basculegion as a rideable Pokemon. In order to find Sudowoodo, you're going to head over to the Cloudpool Ridge area of the Crimson Mirelands. This is the best place to find it because it's a very common spawn in that location. It's usually underneath a couple of trees next to a big mountain. They're not too hard to find, so just look around over there and you should be able to find them. There's two spawns for it, and sometimes it will also spawn a Bonsly, which is a very rare spawn, so if you find that Bonsly, go ahead and grab it because you'll need it for your Pokedex later. And let's go ahead and get started with the request. After you get the request off the blackboard, you're going to go over to the Crimson Mirelands in the main camp and look for Odo. So of course you're looking for Odo right here in the camp. He's not too hard to find. Make sure you enable the request activation thing so that it shows the little request icon above his head. That's always helpful. And you can see here that we're taking a look at Sudowoodo off in the distance. Poor Odo knows absolutely nothing about Sudowoodo, and he thinks that it needs some food, but it doesn't respond to the food. And then he thinks, oh, of course it must need some water. It's kind of a joke because obviously Sudowoodo is a stone type or a rock type, and it does not want any water under any conditions. And Odo is just sadly confused, pathetically confused if you really think about it. But these poor people in Hisui just don't know anything about Pokemon. So what we're going to do is look for a Pokemon that has Water Pulse as one of its moves. I already have one in my party, and it's Goomy. I happened to be doing some research on Goomy earlier in the day when I did this request. So I had Goomy in my party, and Goomy already has Water Pulse. But if you're not sure where to find a Pokemon that has Water Pulse, I do recommend to go grab Goomy because it's extremely close to where Odo is located. It's probably the closest Pokemon that you could possibly find. It's over in the home of Trials on this little island looking thing here. There is an alpha static spawn right there, and it's surrounded by tons of Goomy. So let's fly over there real quick just to show you how easy it is to grab a Pokemon that has Water Pulse. Here we go, we're over by this little island thing. You can see the static alpha spawn in the distance, but you don't need to worry about that. Just go ahead and crouch in the grass and get one of these Goomies. It's a very easy task. You shouldn't have too much trouble with it, and I guarantee this is the fastest way to complete the request. So let's fly back over and see Odo. There's my main man, Odo. He is a little bit hard to interact with. You can actually run through him, which you saw there. I don't know why that happens. It also happens on the Professor sometimes too. It's a weird glitch in the game, one of those visual anomalies. But once you're talking to him, he will allow you to enter into a battle with Sudowoodo. I'm not really sure why this whole story plays out this way. Obviously, it's a strange one. It also doesn't matter which dialogue you select. You can select either one of the dialogue options, and the same thing happens. Early in the game, I thought if you select different dialogue, there might be different endings to some of these requests, or different endings to the whole story. I was really having high hopes for this game, but unfortunately, there's nothing like that. It really doesn't matter what you select, so just select whichever one you want. Now, I could have easily done this battle with Golem, but I kind of like the idea of using Water Pulse, so I did switch out to my Goomy, which is plenty strong to get through this battle with no upgrades whatsoever. And I did go ahead and use Water Pulse, even though I am a Master Trainer, and I know that Sudowoodo does not want to be hit with a Water Pulse. But just to show Odo what's going on here, I did go ahead and pull out the Water Pulse. It's a very easy battle. Obviously, Sudowoodo is only level 26, and you should be plenty high level to get through this battle. And I even went ahead and did a strong style Water Pulse, knowing that Sudowoodo does not want that Water Pulse, but I think it's funny, so I did that anyway. Of course, it's a very easy request, you guys. You shouldn't have too much trouble with it. Probably the hardest part of this whole request is finding your very first Sudowoodo so you can unlock the request on the blackboard. And like I said, Cloudpool Ridge is going to be the area you want to look for. Anyway, you guys, once you get done with this, Odo finally realizes that Sudowoodo does not like to get wet, and him and Sudowoodo become great pals and continue on their journey together through the land of Hisui. What a beautiful thing. All right, everybody, the reward on this request is actually quite good. You're going to get 15 heavy balls as well as some experience candy once you finish up this request, which we're just about to do. That's it for this episode, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was informative. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thank you to all of my amazing subscribers, and peace.